Kia ora fam, this is a full moon reading for all the signs, for all of us, for the collective. So we're going to see what messages want to come out from source. Please like and share this video with a friend if it resonates. If you want a personal full moon reading, we're doing those. We start our moon readings, so new moon or full moon readings, like 3 days before to 3 days after the moon is like full, if that makes sense. Guidance and affirmations you have for us, the collective, for this full moon coming up. Full moon is on Friday. If you're these ways, we have the spiral, the unrealized potential, transform in between, te kore te po, dimensions of night, dark, celestial realm, creation, void, nothingness, empty, perpetual night, beginning. We also have this card, which I drew, which was inspired by like the Hermit card, but it's about focus and mentorship, generational healing, spiritual guidance, teaching, work, goals, mental health, counsel, guidance information you have for us, the collective, this full moon. Got Aries, so we're going into Aries season soon, March 21st to April 20th, and we have stop. Do not move any further. The signs are warning to stop or you may crash. Wait until you are given the go. Guidance information you have for us. And we also have purity, beauty, strength, ceremony, childlike wonder, joy, excitement, laughter, open-hearted embrace, hope, and play. Okay, so this full moon, we are in a space, okay, cool. We're in a space where we're between nothingness, before creation vibes, te po, and then creation, te kore. So it's kind of like we have this infinite potential to create whatever we want. It's like the in-between, you know? And so this is a time for us to learn. This is a time for us to maybe take some time out to ourselves to just like rehash with ourselves where we feel lack, where we may have been operating out of survival mode, out of even debt. So when I wrote that, I was thinking of more karmic debt or ancestral things that have occurred that we may be trying to sort through. We're also called to really step into more focus. So we might be called to look at where we might need a mentorship or guidance, whether that's physical or spiritual, and also tend to our mental health and hone in on any teachings and counsel that we have access to. So it could be a YouTube video, someone speaking on whatever topics we're interested in. We also may be teaching others at this time as well, but it's a really transformative time. I guess we're going into eclipse season as well, so it's the beginning of a new season and ending of something else. I'm also seeing it's important for us to not doubt our potential. You know, infinite is the word that I'm getting. So there's so much more that we can create within our circumstances. Aries season might be significant. Aries placements might be heightened at this time. I don't know. I don't know if Mars is in retrograde or if Mars is aligned with Venus right now for the Venus retrograde, but we might be called to look at our plans, how we're going to expand, how we're going to stabilize those plans. I also just heard how those things can or will like benefit us. So it's important for us to stop, to halt, to take a pause, take a break with this moon, and also allow ourselves to I'm also seeing it might not be in every area of our life where we're called to pause. So it's up to us personally to look at what we need to take a break from. Lots of generational healing though, fam. So that is accessible for us. And also some of us might be called to take a new path. So you might be like, I don't want to do this anymore, or I want to do this differently to how my parents or my ancestors did it. And just look at the pros and cons of that. You know, with purity, pink might be a color that is important for us. There might be something exciting for some of us coming up, but I'm seeing it's important for us to remember our childlike wonder, our laughter, our joy. We might be connecting with purity, the plant tree, the evergreen tree, or the moth as well. So moths, we might be seeing moths a lot. I just heard like a moth to a flame, but I also heard like attracts like. So first and foremost, a lot of us will be drawn to particular things, people, places at this time. If that's going to bring you joy, then I'm seeing Source saying go for it. Aries is a very playful, young, youthful energy and likes to have fun. So maybe that's an energy that we are being called to embody. Maybe we need to make plans that are more fun. And focus on how we're investing into our joy, into our home, into our family in that way. So maybe things have been a bit serious for some. I'm also seeing, don't be afraid to have fun. Like, it's okay for you to have fun. Even in your ceremony with spirit, like your ancestors. You know, I talk about ancestral practice a lot, but it doesn't have to be so like serious. Our ancestors are very joyful, the ones that we are meant to be connecting with. So open your heart to love, embrace. I'm seeing like hugs. So hugs might be shared. We might be sharing ceremony with other people this full moon. Also beauty, what makes you feel beautiful, and it doesn't have to be serious or for any reason. Guidance, just going into the tarot, what guidance and affirmation do you have for us, the collective, this full moon? Ten of Cups. Yeah, community is really, really important. There's a lot of healing. So this full moon's going to activate some trauma for us to look at a little bit deeper, or just some family patterns as well. Yeah, we've got the Hermit at the base of the deck. We also might be called to look at how we collaborate with others in our family, in our circle, in our community. Three of Swords. Yeah, for some of us, we might be operating out of pain or past neglect, hurt, or really honing in on our heart space. Yeah, pink and red is very important. So I'm seeing like the root energy center. That's where all our trauma can sit with our nervous system. So doing things that self-soothe, but also just bring you joy. And I heard effortlessly. So you might be watching something funny, hanging out with people that make you laugh. Some of us are going through some regret, hard out, maybe with how we've treated family members or people that are in our community, or just past pain. It might be highlighted, so we can look at it to hone in on like what needs to be released. Some of us might need some sort of therapeutic activity or counseling, to talk to someone. What guidance and affirmation do you have for us, the collective, this full moon? What guidance and affirmation do you have for us, the collective, this full moon? Queen of Wands. Yeah, that's the Aries energy. We have the Lovers with Gemini. Six of Wands. And the High Priestess. I'm hearing if someone needs the confirmation that from your intuition is correct. So if there's something that you've been like a little suspicious about, or wondering about, there's that confirmation for you. But approaching this full moon in a confident way. Some of us may be helping others heal. There might be others around us that are going through hurt in community, in the collective. So it's important, if we're feeling up to it, if we're feeling confident. I know that I think that's the police siren, but I was just seeing an ambulance. So we might be coming to other people's rescue, so to speak, to offer them some harmony, to offer them some joy. That might even just be through our communication. If you're feeling intuitively like you are wanting to communicate to someone, I feel like that will be successful. You might be communicating your hurt, how you've been hurt, or just expressing that in some sort of way. It may even come back to yourself in terms of like expressing that hurt through the love that you give yourself, how you tend to your inner confidence, creativity. Yeah, now intuition will be quite peaked at this time. So it's important for us to just trust in that. Our idea of success, we may be making a choice to change how we view success for the future generations. 5 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, if you have been feeling a little bit hesitant about something or suspicious about something, having a mental conflict, again, it's important to stop. Don't delve into anything at this time that you're feeling unsure about, and keep your boundaries up with 4 of Pentacles. What are your boundaries, especially when it comes to like younger, more casual relationships? Or even just like with your creative ventures, know what your structure is. 8 of Cups. Guidance. Judgment and the Chariot. So this moon is calling us to really giving us this like gift of reflection, to really delve deep a little bit. And it's like our ancestors are like making the call for us to do this. Some of us might be feeling quite emotional during this moon, so allow the emotions to flow and be released, because it's going to make room for new, fresh energies, fresh communication. Some of us might need to like harmonize our own energies a bit more, how much we're giving and receiving, or there might be a bit of a disharmony potentially, even in our communication. So make sure you're having that time to reflect, because Source, the divine, is giving us this gift of reflection, so then we can move forward accordingly towards stability, towards what we want. This is Aries again. Yeah, I heard misplaced, and 4 of Cups was at the base of the deck. So misplaced like emotions. Maybe some of us are a bit attached to something that just needs to be redirected a little bit. What guidance and affirmations you have for us, the collective, this full moon? The Hanged Man reversed. That's interesting, because we did get told to pause, but I'm seeing that some of us maybe will be pausing for too long, or sacrificing in an area where we're actually not called to sacrifice. So make sure you're not giving up things for people, places, circumstances, environments that you don't need to, out of fear, out of trauma. You know, we're being called to heal, even like overgiving, people-pleasing tendencies. We might be letting go of some options that we have. So for example, you might have some sort of option in life in any way, and you might be removing that option. Like it might not be working for you, because you'll be realizing, 7 of Swords, that it's not for you, that it's not producing anything positive. You could also be leaving something behind, or trying again at something. So like a second attempt at something. I hope that makes sense. What guidance and affirmations you have for us this full moon, the world? Yeah, cycles are closing, fam. But it's always important for us to acknowledge, like, you need to take the opportunity. You have to do the action to get the rewards, to get the treats, right? It's not just like, oh yeah. Obviously, naturally, if we're in tune and our intuition is on, we're connected with our uri, our higher self, it will naturally flow. But if you have been feeling a bit off, then make the effort to take that time out, because it will be worth it. And I'm seeing there might be something that's changing in our routine as well, our structure. What guidance? Queen of Pentacles. This has come out heaps for the collective readings. I just did a pick a card reading for the full moon that will be up soon, and this came out in like almost every pile. A lot of the energy that we are called to release is going to come back to us, come back to ourselves. So some of us need to really hone in on our self-care, our health. I heard our traditions with the Hierophant that we saw before. So starting new traditions, breaking old ones, breaking old timelines and structures. We're also giving to ourselves a lot, or being called to. So like, some of us are givers, and I remember I was talking about people pleasing. So you might not be giving to others as much as you were before, and you'll choose to give that energy to yourself. Page of Swords. Guidance and affirmation. A lot of conversations, if you're in some sort of connection, romantic connection, you might be having reflection time together and having like conversation, sharing ideas. This is also, I don't want to say destined to make it sound so intense, but this is aligned because Source is wanting us collectively in every area of our life to look at what we're releasing. So there might be things that we're letting go of together. If you're in a connection, or even any relationship, you might be letting go of hurt that has happened in the past, and coming and honing back into your self-confidence. Forgiveness is really important too, fam. I'm seeing forgiveness of yourself for your past mistakes, and forgiveness for others, even if you're not interacting with them anymore. Knight of Cups, Five of Pentacles. A lot of emotional release, and it keeps like raining kind of lightly on and off. So you might be shedding a tear or two. Let yourself. It might even be joyful tears, whānau. You might be talking to someone about where you feel like you're lacking in a relationship, or what you feel like you would like more of, where you feel neglected. You could be talking to yourself or your ancestors, the divine, the moon, about like, whether this is through journaling, or if you're a yapper and you yap out loud, do as you do, I do that. But you might be discovering where your inner child really felt some neglect. And with the Purity card that we got, this is giving that joy to yourself. What did you lack that your inner child, or in the relationship and love, what do you want? What were you wanting? How can you give that to yourself today? You know, there's always a way to do so. And that will help you step out in intimacy, whether it's with yourself or others, in a fresh confidence. I saw King of Wands just now. So if this is a relationship, a creative relationship, or a platonic romantic relationship where you share passion with or for each other, it's kind of like it's getting re-sparked. But I'm seeing both entities, both sides, both parts of ourselves, or all parts of ourselves need to, there needs to be that acknowledgement and reflection. So the moon is really going to activate that deep dive where we can reset our boundaries, reset our structure, change anything that we need in order to activate a fresh excitement. So maybe something was a little bland before, but I'm seeing that kind of being identified. Yeah, King of Wands just came out. Oh, and Nine of Wands. So we do need to put in the work, fam. Like, this isn't just like, there is some energy that it's going to take from us to do this. And I'm seeing Source really reiterating, like, we can't expect fruit to grow if we're not going out and planting the seeds, or we're not nurturing our crops, you know, or not tending to certain parts of our lives. So tend to your passions, tend to your creativity, tend to your inner confidence, and then let that come outward through whatever it is you're releasing. I'm seeing for some your ideas are expanding. For some you might be taking on another form of work or another physical thing in your life that will help you expand. Take it slow if so. But there's lots of things that are being called to be discussed. Lots of like chatter and excitement. There could be anxiety that comes with that. And I think a lot more options as well for some of us to choose from. Just be mindful that you're taking your time to look at your options, so you're not choosing something that's not real or substantial. Yeah.